Well, good morning again. This is two of two. My first video was about the United States picks for the 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage in New York. I believe it's one of the toughest courses probably in the United States and probably I would say probably on the full tour, even like I guess in Europe and stuff, it would be one of the toughest courses for these guys to play at. I'm very excited to watch it again this year. Obviously, I'm a big Ryder Cup fan, but yeah. So hopefully you'd be able to watch and listen to my thoughts on the picks for the United States and who I kind of would like to see who have played in some of those spots that I wasn't a big fan of, who Keegan Bradley and the boys picked. But yeah, so I've got Team Europe here, and I'm actually pretty happy with who they picked. If it isn't broken, then don't fix it, I guess is the word they say. They 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 played extremely well in Italy against the United States. Yeah, the States slightly came back, but it was a little bit too late. The Team Europe, they were just strong, just full of young guys, and they all played super tough against the U.S. and I was glad to see them pull it off. But here's Team Europe picks and my thoughts. Starting with Ludwig Alberg. As we all know, he's a young stud, up and coming. This guy just smashes the ball. He's slightly like a robot out there. He's reminds me of a lot of the Asian players. He's just very robotic. He's tall. He doesn't have a fast swing. He's extremely compact, and he's not far off from being in the top 10, if not top 5 in the next couple of years. This young kid, he's got a good caddy, Joe Scroven. As you know, Joe caddied for Ricky Fowler for years, but Joe's pretty good. Um, so for his season, top 10s were 6, top 25s were 11. Missed cuts, he's got 5. So when I was able to watch him play this year and his missed cuts, he missed it by a shot or two. Missed cuts. He didn't make the cut, but still, he wasn't that far off from making, the weekend and stuff. And he's pretty close to being one of the top premier players in the world here, in the next couple of years. He did have one win this year. This will be his second year in the Ryder Cup. Again, he played in Italy, and he was 2-2-0 in his Ryder Cup. He's ranked 14th. I'm super happy with this pick again. Yeah, you can watch out for him. He's gonna have a great couple seasons here coming up. The other player, Matt Fitzpatrick. I'm kind of on the fence with Matt Fitzpatrick. He's another young stud. He played really well. He never really had a very consistent year this year and in the last couple of years. He played pretty good over in Europe and stuff, on the DP tour, but he had little struggles this year, and I'm sure he'll find his way back. With his ranking, I'm sure in the next few years he'll definitely get that further closer to a top 15, top 10 for sure, in the next few years. But I like his game. he's a firebug out there. When it's time to be in the limelight, he knows what to do out there, and he can be very tough to play against. But I'm kind of on the fence with him. His season is top tens is 5, top 25. He's got 10 missed cuts. He's got 4, 0 wins. He's ranked 29th. But again, I feel in the next few years with him, he's going to move closer down to the top 20, and if not the top 10. His Ryder Cup is 1-7-0. He didn't have a great Ryder Cup in his rookie year for the Ryder Cup, but I think if I were to maybe take, say, in place of him, I think I would have taken the other twin brother, Nikolai Højgaard, and teamed him up with his brother, Rasmus Højgaard. I think if I were to take somebody, that would have been the other guy, and just thrown him in with his brother and let those two just fly at it out there. I personally think they would have worked really well together. Yeah, so that's kind of who I would have taken over Fitzpatrick. Maybe even a Harry Hall. This guy's proving to be he can hang in there. He's got a few things to clean up out there, but I believe Harry Hall can be somebody who in the future who will be at least picked to play in the Ryder Cup. I like the way he plays. He's a tall guy. He's a big guy. He hits a great ball off the tee box, and he's a good putter. He's super good on the greens. So in place of Fitzpatrick, for sure, Nikolai Højgaard, I would have taken him if I had a chance. Again, this is all rankings, and I get how it works, but if there was 0 rankings, and you can, obviously, you take your top 10 guys, and then the rest you can go, or if there wasn't any rankings, and you can choose anybody. So, Tommy Fleetwood, he's got 2 Ryder Cup wins. We all know what Tommy's game is. He definitely could have won a lot more this year. He had his chances. We all seen it if you watched this season, which I did. And I'm such a massive fan of Tommy Fleetwood. I'm glad he picked up that win. Even kind of few weeks going into this, he had a chance, and he kind of got outplayed a little bit. So, buddy, what a great win to way to get your first PGA Tour win, and that's to win the FedEx Cup and to raise that big trophy at the end of the year with that big payday for him. Good for Tommy. Yeah, I'll definitely always take Tommy on my team. He's hard to play against out there, especially in this kind of atmosphere. No matter where in the States and Europe, he's a tough guy to play against. So his season, his top 10s were 8, top 25s were 15. Missed cuts, he had 1. It's pretty darn good. He had 1 win, the big win at the end of the season, the one that they all want to win. He's ranked 6th, so it's pretty darn good. His Ryder Cup, 7-3-2. He's done extremely well in the Ryder Cup. Again, Tommy, I personally think he's always going to be on the Ryder Cup. This other fella, I guess I'm not a kind of a fan of him, because this guy, he kind of reminds me of a couple players in the NHL, like a Brad Marchand, like a Darcy Tucker, like sort of those kind of guys, like Alex Burrows and all those kind of guys. He's got a big mouth on him out there. He expresses himself. He makes sure on every shot he he has something to say. Really, whether it's a good shot or not, I don't get how this doesn't throw him off every time he plays. I know it probably would for me, and I don't know how anybody even wants to play alongside of him because of his antics and stuff, but he must be okay to play with, no matter how much he talks a lot and out loud and his antics on every shot. But this is another tough guy to play against out there, I believe, and I actually would have taken him. You know, it's you don't want to face him, but you also want him on your team. So Tyrrell Hatton, he's got 2 Ryder Cup wins. This guy is super tough to play against. He's always going to be. He's with the Live Tour, so that's another video we'll talk about if I ever want to discuss how I feel about the Live Tour. Anyways, so I don't really have any stats on him. He was undefeated in Italy at the Ryder Cup with John Rahm. Those two were, yeah, they were fireballs out there. They made it really hard on the United States boys for them to win anything. I kind of hope to see those two together again this year, which I believe they probably will, with their record and what they did in Italy there. So his Ryder Cup is 5-4-2. He's ranked 25th. That's, I'm guessing it's because he's played in some PGA. Well, he has. So he's kind of was able to keep his ranking. But yeah, Tyrrell Hatton, somebody you hate to play against, but he's a guy you would love to have on your team with you out there. The other fella is Rasmus Højgaard, the twin brother of Nikolai, which I said if I was able to change it, I'd take Nikolai and put these two together. But I kind of thought Nikolai had a better season than Rasmus from what I had seen. I'm not too sure. Maybe I missed some stuff, but I thought Nikolai just had a better season. So that's okay. It's not like he still can't get picked for the next one, you know. I don't know much about Rasmus. I know a little bit more about Nikolai. I think because Rasmus plays more on the DP Tour. He does have a ranking of 53, so he's played some PGA Tour stuff to get a ranking. You know, he's just made some cuts, you know, for his missed cuts. Like he had 5 missed cuts, so some of them that I did see just missed it by a shot or two to make the weekend. But yeah, anyways, his top 10s were 1, his top 25s were 5. He had 5 missed cuts and 0 wins. So we'll see. He's a rookie this year. I guess Luke Donald's seen something in him and decided to go on it. And I'm okay with picking a rookie. I believe it's great for the team. You never know. Rasmus may turn out to be a stud out there. He may just shock the world and and be that guy to do everything, or at least to do a lot for Team Europe this year. So yeah. So the other fella is Victor Hovland. We all definitely know Victor. Such a talented player, young. Again, in this type of atmosphere for Victor Hovland, he loves this stuff. Like he thrives on this kind of stuff. He's definitely a player. He's not an easy player to play against in this stuff. He's solid on the greens. He's solid on the tee box. he's pretty good all the way around. He had a bit of a rough season this year, but he still hung in there and did what he had to do. He did win the FedEx Cup. As we all know, he played incredible that year to win it, and yeah, I'm very happy he's back on the team this year. He's definitely going to be a top player for them this year. So he's got 3 top 10s, 9 top 25s, 3 missed cuts, 1 win. He's ranked 15th. His Ryder Cup is 3-4-3, so he's got a pretty good record. He played pretty well in Italy, and I think he keeps it in the fairway like everybody else, I guess. He's going to be tough to play against. Shane Lowry, if you know you're a tour fan and you know a lot about Shane Lowry, and you know this guy, this is made for Shane Lowry. Like he's no pushover. Boy oh boy, when he goes to fight, he'll fight. Like he loves this stuff. I believe he was born to play in this type of stuff in the Ryder Cup. He's had such a great career, you know, and I believe he's always going to be one of the top ranked PGA Tour and even DP Tour players out there. He's always going to be in this stuff. I believe he's such a talented player from tee box to green, and so I'm happy, obviously, with this one. I believe Shane Lowry will be always on the team. If not, maybe one year he could be a captain when he feels maybe he's kind of had enough and move over for the young guys. But so top 10s, he's had 4. Top 25, he's got 12. He's had 3 missed cuts, 0 wins. You know, he's come close a few times this year, and he's ranked 23rd. In the next couple of years, I believe you'll see his ranking definitely improve. He's pretty talented. His Ryder Cup is 2-3-1. So I'm definitely happy with that pick. This other stud, Young, we've definitely starting to see more and more of him, and I'm hoping to see more of him on the PGA Tour as well. But Robert McIntyre, Big Mac, so he had a big chance to win that U.S. Open, and then he came back and won, but I'm happy with Big Mac. He's a big lefty. He smashes the ball. He's tough to play against out there. I believe, again, this is the type of atmosphere that he lives for. He'll be massive for them. I'm happy to see him back on the team this year. He played super well a couple years ago in Italy again, and top 10s, he's got 6. Top 25s, he's got 11. Missed cuts, he's got 2. 0 wins. He's ranked 9th. He'll definitely get himself closer to top 5. I would say even next season, he's that close to being top 5 of a player pretty soon here. So I'm happy with Big Mac back on the team this year. Again, boy oh boy, from like I said on Team USA, don't need to say this guy's name, but this guy's a machine. I kind of wish he would tighten up his wedge game a little bit more. He would be even more dominant. than he already is. I believe if he can tighten up his wedge game for what he's done, for his records, for his ranking, Rory McIlroy, such a talented player. Again, he is made for this stuff. If this is all that they were playing in, I believe that that's all he would love to do. He would always be on the team for me. He's got 8 top 10s, 14 top 25s, 2 missed cuts. He's got 3 wins. He's ranked number 2. His Ryder Cup, just outstanding Ryder Cup, 16, 13, and 4. Again, he just bombs it. He's great on the green. Again, I feel he just needs a little bit more work on his wedge game. When you're bombing at 350 yards, 380 yards, whatever, you got to be tighter than, or even hit the green more often, I think, than what Rory does. But again, this is a different animal, an event. I believe Rory picks everything up. So Jon Rahm, interesting. He's a Live Tour player. Jon Rahm played incredible again with Tyrrell Hatton. Those two were just, they were tough. I hope they get stuck together again, and they're not going to make it easy if those two get put together for the Ryder Cup this year. I don't know much about what he's done over in the Live Tour. I don't watch the Live Tour. I'm not a fan of it. But whatever, that's just me. His Ryder Cup is 6-3-3. He's had a great Ryder Cup. Again, he was born for this stuff. He's a tough player. I don't ever watch him since he's moved over. I did watch him in some of the big events this year. I don't think he did very well in some of the big events, but he's ranked 80th. He played enough to keep his ranking. I just wish he would come back. I think Jon Rahm could have been easily a top 5 player in the world, if not definitely a top 10 player in the world if he had stayed on the PGA Tour. He had chances of being a really, really good player, and it's too bad, but whatever. It is what it is. It's their choice. Here's another tough guy, and it's too bad he's getting a little bit older, but he's probably got this one and then possibly another 1 or 2 more Ryder Cups in him. Justin Rose, he's incredible. I'm such a massive fan of Justin Rose. I have been for years. This guy he's pretty damn good from tee to green. And he's tough to play against. His putting is, I would say, it's up there to what Ian Poulter used to be back in the day, or even me, and you know that, Bobby. But anyways, Justin Rose is pretty damn good. Again, if this is all Justin Rose was able to play, he would play in this stuff every year. He's a tough player to play against. So definitely a player I would have on my team every year, that's for sure. Top 10s, he's got 5. Top 25s, he's got 7. He's had 6 missed cuts. A bit of a rough year, but Rosie played really well. I still thought he had 1 win, and that was a big win near the end of the year here on the FedEx last 3 tournaments. He's ranked 12th. You know, he can possibly even get into top 10 next season. He's that close. He starts cutting some of those missed cuts down and making some of the big tournaments. He's big time on the big tournaments. Let's say this, like the Open and U.S. Open and all those guys, the Masters. He's incredible at the Masters. This he's Ryder Cup is 14-9-3. He's a stud. So yeah, and last but not least, here's Sepp Straka. Sepp Straka is a big dude. He smashes the ball. He goes after everything. He's got great hands around the green. I'm happy with him being on the team again. I think he's got lots to prove to Luke Donald. Luke Donald seen something in him again and took him. He played okay in Italy, for a rookie in that first year. So now he's playing on his second Ryder Cup. So he kind of has an idea what he's going to be facing. The crowd and being at an extremely tough course. So it'll put a big test to him. Hopefully, when he hits it off the tee box and he bombs it, he's putting it down the fairway. So watch out for Sepp Straka. He's got 6 top 10s. He's got 13 top 25, 5 missed cuts. He's got 2 wins. Early in the season, I believe he had his wins, but still 2 wins. He's ranked 13th. Pretty good ranking for as many missed cuts that he has. Again, I think he can slide into the top 10 and, in the next few years and always be a guy to be looked at for on the Ryder Cup. His Ryder Cup record is 1-2-0, so I just think he's got a lot more to improve in him for sure, and look out for Sepp Straka as well. So, not much of a change for me on Team Europe as I did over on Team USA, other than Fitzy. Other than that, I'm looking at the list, and boy, oh boy, yeah, on paper, I truly believe Team Europe's going to win. It's going to take something massive, I believe, for US to win this Ryder Cup this year. Yeah, it's playing at home, but hey, everybody's playing the same course, and it's going to be an extremely tough course. And hopefully the weather stays well for them. But the crowd's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to watch it this year, and cheering on Team Europe. I've always been a big Team Europe fan. So, but yeah. So again, everything's raw. I'm new to this. I'm gonna try to do the President Cup next year, and then I'll try to do a little bit more of the PGA Tour next year. Maybe just the big tournaments, like all the majors and stuff, and then maybe try to slowly work into other tournaments. But I'm gonna try to stay with the big tournaments, and just sort of talk about them and whatnot and how I feel. And obviously there's comments, so people can leave their comments, and this just my thoughts. So obviously everybody's got different views and different thoughts and how they feel about it, and maybe just leave in the comment who you think, if there wasn't, like, say, a ranking. Obviously you want to take your top players in the top 10, but would you have changed some of the players on both sides, and who would you have gone with, or would you just have stayed with what both teams captains picked for this year for the Ryder Cup? Okay, right on. Well, have a great day, and be sure to watch the 2025 Ryder Cup this year in New York, and and cheer for your team. And again, you've got to pick up your quads R7. I'm telling you, this thing, I found more fairways than I ever have in the last couple seasons. And my boys know it. My purse is heavy, heavy full of change because I put this in my bag. Whew. And keep the sticker. It creates more speed, I'm telling you. It works. Right on. See ya.